Hi friends, welcome back. I'm happy you're here. We are going to get started with 2 blocks today, and we're going to do a flow into camel pose. So quad opening, heart opening, front body opening, back bend practice. We're going to use 2 blocks, and you might want a blanket or a pillow to sit on, so up to you. Let's get started on our hands and knees. You can have your blocks at the front of your space and just start by taking your body into a C curve. So take your right ear towards your right shoulder, hips go to the right, and then take your left ear towards your left shoulder, hips to the left. C curving your spine, and then start to draw a circle with your head and your tailbone. So you're moving through a little bit of a cat-cow, and you're also opening up the side body. This can be something you do with your eyes closed, just going slow and tuning into your breath. Go the other direction. Nice. And then we're going to extend the right leg back, spin your right heel down, take your right arm up. Make sure your left wrist is under your shoulder, and then when you feel stable, you can float your right leg. Try to draw your right leg in front of you, in front of your hips, and then take it back. We'll do that one more time. Take it forward and back. Lift your foot as high as your hip. Start to bend your knee and see if you can draw your heel towards your right sit bone. If your foot's close by, grab your ankle. And then just gently draw your shoulder blades together. Kick your foot into your hand. And then release. Swing your right leg forward again. And this time you're going to step it down outside your mat. Right arm up. And then as you exhale, you're going to thread the needle to the left. So you'll lower your right ear, crawl your left fingertips forward, push your right arm down. You can come onto your left fingertips, bend your elbow, and then maybe kind of peek underneath your left armpit. Take a full breath in and out. Use your inhale to unwind the right arm up, breathe in. Exhale, release. And then just inhale your left arm up. Exhale, release. See if you can float your right leg without leaning all of your weight to the left hand. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, float the right leg. And release. Last one, lift your right leg. Swing it around and then draw it outside, cross your knees. And then any amount your hips can move back, your chest can hit your thighs. Take a full breath into your hips and out. And then unwind back to your hands and your knees. Just do a little cat-cow to let it go. And we'll move to the other side. So extend your left leg back, left heel spins down, modified side plank. So just check that your right wrist is under your shoulder. Extend the left arm up. You can kickstand your right foot behind you for balance, and then float your left leg. So lifting the foot as high as the hip. See if you can keep the foot lifted as you swing your leg forward in front of your hips and then swing it back. Again, stabilize and draw the leg forward and take it back. Bend your knee, draw your heel in, see if you can grab your ankle and very gently kick your foot into your hand. Let that bring your shoulder blades together, spiral your chest up. Shoulders away from the ears. Slowly release, and then swing that leg forward again. This time, step it outside your mat, in line with your knee. Inhale, the left arm reaches up, and as you exhale, thread the needle to the right. You'll lower your left ear, crawl your fingertips forward. You could bend your right elbow, look underneath your right arm, and then press your bottom arm, your left arm, really firmly down to facilitate a twist. Take a full breath in and out. Use your inhale to unwind, left arm up. Exhale, release, and then inhale the right arm up. Exhale, release. Nice. Start to float your left leg and try to keep the weight even in your hand. So don't lean too much to the right. Exhale, lower. Again, lift and lower. Last one, lift. Swing your leg to the opposite side. Let your knees cross. Sink your hips to your heels. Chest hits the thighs. So sort of like a variation of Gomukhasana or child's pose with the knees crossed. And then unwind. Do a little cat-cow to let it go. And then sink your hips to your heels. Grab the edges of your mat and push your chest to your thighs. Push your hips to your heels. Feel the fold in your hips and in your knees. Stretch your arms forward, nice and long. And then just flow forward. Let your chest go through your arms. Soften your elbows and come into this sort of lazy up dog cobra variation. And then just rock your hips left and right. And then look over your right shoulder. And then look over your left shoulder. And exhale, go back to child's pose. One more time, arms stretch forward, round your back, come forward to a lazy cobra up dog. This time, curl your toes and go to a downward facing dog. Move your heels to the left, bend your left knee, come onto your right fingertips and open up the right side of your waist. And then go to the other side, heels to the right. Bend your right knee, come onto your left fingertips. Feel the opening in the left side of your ribs and your lungs. Inhale to plank. And then see if you can just really pull your navel in, find good structure in your plank. Shoulders are over the wrist, hips are not above or sinking low, they're just slightly below the shoulders. Push through the finger pads. Think that you're spreading your shoulders on your back. You're lifting your chest away from the mat. And then exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step through. Lower your back knee. And then put your armpit on your right kneecap. Bring your hands a little wider. Just make sure that your ankle is underneath your knee. So you want to have a diagonal line from the front knee to the back knee. So it's a longer lunge. And then just let your hips rock a little left and right. Curl your back toes. Lift your chest away from your thighs for Anjaneyasana. Grab opposite elbows. Put the bony part of your elbow into the center of your palm. Lift your elbows up. Lift your sternum up. Start to look up. And then just move your hips forward and back slightly. And just seeing this range of motion you have. So we want to go not to our depths, as low as you can go, but we want to feel that the feet are kind of suctioning towards each other. So there's stability and strength in the legs. Take another breath in. Extend your arms, grab your left wrist, and just lean over to the right. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Put your hands on your blocks, any height. Keep your stance long and then just extend your legs. And we'll flow like this. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhale, straightening the legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Bend your knee. Take your right arm around. Grab your back foot. Pull your heel towards you. And then push your foot into your hand. Again, pull your heel towards you. And then push your foot into your hand. And step to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step in between your hands. Lower your back knee. And then again, try to find a fold where your knee and your armpit connect. Your ankles under your knee. Rock your hips a little left and right. So you'll feel your back thigh roll in and out as you rock your hips. And then come to center, curl your toes. Rise up to Anjaneyasana. Grab opposite elbows and then put the other hand on top. Pull your elbows up. Pull your sternum, your vision up. Move your hips forward and back a little bit. And then again, find something in the middle here. The action is a drawing up with the belly, pulling your feet towards each other slightly, looking up. Extend your arms, inhale. Exhale, lean to the left, side bend. Inhale, come up. Release your hands, find your blocks. And again, keep your stride long and just extend your legs any amount. You can always use your fingertips. You can take the blocks higher if you like, but try to get the legs straight here. Bend your knees, breathe in. Straighten your legs and fold. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, extend and drop your head. And then bend your knees. You can keep your hand on a block if you like. Just swim your left arm around. Catch your foot. Pull your heel towards you. And then push your foot into your hand. Let that open your chest. Again, pull your foot towards you. And then kick it away. And release. Downward facing dog. Plank pose. Again, engage the core, pull the belly in. See if you can come onto the right fingertips. And then from here, see if you can maybe lift your left leg, just an inch or two. And if you want to go further, maybe see if you can take the right arm by your ear. Nice, other side. So come onto your left fingertips. Maybe see if you can lift the right leg. Stay there, or maybe try to extend the left arm forward. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step in between your hands. Grab your blocks, highest height. You're going to straighten your legs, spin your back heel down. Pyramid pose. So the back toes face the upper left corner of your space. Crawl your hands forward a little bit. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look out. Pull the right hip back. Exhale, fold down. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale, lengthen your spine, bend your knee, walk your blocks forward underneath your shoulders. So you're balancing on your right leg. If you feel strong here, you can come onto the fingertips, maybe stretch the arms forward. Hands back on blocks. You're going to turn your left toes to face the left and then take your left arm up for half moon. So very similar to the modified side plank. If you want to bend your knee, you can, and maybe grab the ankle. So sternum is spiraling over to the left, shoulders out of your ears. You can kick your foot into your hand a little bit. Find your blocks, take them back to the side, step way back, and then straighten your legs. Turn to face the left side of your space. We're gonna come to warrior two at the back. So your left knee bends, facing the back of your space. Extend the arms out. Spread your collarbones, energize your arms. And as you exhale, take your left forearm onto your thigh. Take your right arm over your ear. See if you can get your left knee over your ankle, tracking the center of your foot. Keep your chest low and maybe take the left arm parallel with the right. Inhale, come up. Turn your right toes back to the front. Left toes are still facing out. Move your hips back slightly, lengthen your right arm forward, and take your hand either to your shin or you can put it on that block. Triangle pose. So ground your left heel and draw your left sit bone down. And we'll take a variation with the left arm reaching towards the front of the room. So palm down. And then bend your left elbow, hold the back of your head. Lean your head back and look up. Use your exhale to release and just step to downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step through. Find your blocks. Spin your right heel down. So your left hip pulls back, your right hip pulls forward. Inhale, long spine, walk the blocks forward. Exhale, fold any amount over your legs. Spread your toes and really grip the mat with your right foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine, walk your blocks forward. You're balancing on your left leg. Right toes down, so starting in a warrior three, you can come onto your fingertips, maybe stretch one arm forward, maybe both arms forward. Release your hands, turn your right toes to face the right, left hand down, right arm can reach up, half moon. You can stay there or maybe try to bend the knee. If the ankle feels close by, you can grab it and gently roll the shoulder blades together. Widen your chest. Release. Step way back, blocks to the side. Come to the back of your mat for warrior two. So your feet are kind of in the same line. Get a long enough stance so your right thigh can really drop, coming close to parallel to the floor. Energize the arms. Exhale, lower your right forearm, left arm over your ear, palm down. See if you can stay this low and take the right arm parallel to the left, like you have a big beach ball in between your hands. Energize your arms. And then use your inhale to come up. Turn your left toes back to the front, right toes face forward, hips back, and you're hinging at your hips. You can take your left hand wherever it can ground and keep the left leg relatively straight. So block any height. You can also just take your hand to your thigh or to your shin. Wrap the right arm over your ear with your palm down. So you're rolling the thumb up slightly. And then really root that outer edge of your back foot down. Grab the back of your head, lean your head back and look up. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Spin your heels to the right. Take your left arm up. Hips high, breathe in. Exhale, swim your arm over your ear. Heels to the left. Inhale, your right arm up. Exhale, swim the arm over your ear. Heels to the right one more time. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, plank. Inhale, the right arm. Exhale, plank. You can take chaturanga if you want. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Come to Sphinx pose. So your elbows are under your shoulders. Fingers are facing forward and spread. Engage your core and lift your pelvis up. Keep your knees down. Inhale, lower into a little back bend. Again, exhale, lift your belly, lift your pelvis. And lower. One more time. This time we will lift the belly, the pelvis, curl the toes, lift the knees, form plank. Bring your chest up, spread your shoulders on your back, heels to the left, heels to the right, heels to the left, heels to the right. Lower your knees back into your little back bend. Take your right hand in, bend your left knee, reach around with your left hand, and see if you can reach your fingers forward. So you just draw the heel of your hand to the top of your foot, and then gently engage your left glute and think that you're pushing your left foot up into your hand. And you should feel this nice stretch in your left quad and all on the front line of the left side body. And then we'll switch sides. So to stabilize, take your left hand in a bit, reach your right hand around. You can grab your right foot and then roll your fingers forward. Push the heel of your hand into the top of your foot and then lift your right knee into your hand. So you're squeezing and pushing against your hand. And then try to move your left ear up and push your left shoulder down. So try not to dump in the shoulder. Chest up. And release. Slide your hands back, do a little cobra. And then exhale, you're just gonna go hips to heels, and we're gonna sit for a second. And you could be on your fingertips here, or you could use your blocks on either side of your feet. Bring your left hand to the left of you. Use your inhale to just pop your hips up any amount, squeezing your glutes. And exhale, lower. Other side. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, lower. Again to the left, hips up. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, release. Nice. Walk your hands forward. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands backwards to your feet. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring your left hand down. Bend your left knee. Take your right arm up. Exhale, reach over your ear. Bend your right knee. Take your left arm up. Exhale, reach over your ear. Bend both knees. Arms up, chair pose. And exhale to stand. Interlace your fingers, stretch your arms forward and up. So you're inverting your palms. Push the ceiling away. Heavier tailbone, draw your belly in. Exhale, release. Other side, interlace the other finger in front. Push the arms forward and stretch them up. Think that you're shrugging your shoulders up to your ears. You're spreading your ribs. Belly in, press the ceiling away. And exhale, release. We'll do a little balance here. You can always use the wall or see if you can find the balance. So lift your right knee, move your foot to the right, roll your thigh in, draw your right heel towards you, and then see if you can just take your knees together. Reach back with your right hand, grab the inside of your ankle with your thumb up. Bend your left knee a little bit. From here, you might kick your foot into your hand any amount. You could stretch the left arm forward. And as the foot goes up and back, the chest might drop us slightly. Slowly unwind. And then reach back and see if you can grab the foot with both hands and just give yourself a little quad stretch and pull your belly in. And we'll release. Other side, take your left knee up. Move your foot to the left so your thigh rolls in, and then swing your ankle back and line your knees up. Reach back and grab the ankle. Hopefully you feel your left hamstring turned on now. Bend your right knee. And then any amount you can push your foot into your hand. Stretch the right arm forward. So the more that the foot lifts, the chest might drop. Doesn't have to be a big shape. Steady your breath and your eyes. You can slowly unwind and then see if you can take both hands, grab your foot, keep the knees together, and just pull your belly in, little quad stretch. And release. Inhale, take a chair pose. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward to a downward dog. Inhale to plank. Spin your heels to the right. Take your left arm up. Lift your left foot. Bend your left knee. See if you can grab your ankle with your left hand. Press your hips away from the ground. Step behind you, grab the back of your head, do a little wild thing, back bend, chest up, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Spin your heels to the left. Take your right arm up. Lift your right foot. Bend your right knee. Maybe grab the ankle with your right hand. Hips high. Use your glutes. Grab the back of your head, step behind you, wild thing, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Okay, we're gonna grab our blocks on the highest height. You're gonna walk them back. So your blocks could be in line with your hips, chest up, shoulder blades together. Lift your right heel. Maybe gaze up. Take the left arm, reach up and over to the right. Move your hips forward. Release your hands back on blocks. You might stay here. You might be able to walk the blocks even further back. So that the left block is by your left ankle. You can stay here, or you can put your left hand on that block, reach the right arm by your ear. Grab the back of your head, support your head, do a back bend, lift your chest. You can stay here. If your left foot feels close by, take your hand to it if you wish. Balance is a little tricky here. Stay with it, breathe, hips forward. And then if you want, you might straighten your right leg and just see if that's possible. Nice, release, big step forward. Grab your blocks. And then we'll do a half virasana. So you will straighten your right leg. You can sit inside your left foot. If this hurts your knee, hurts your ankle, then you can sit on the edge of a block or sit on the edge of a blanket. Totally fine. So take a moment, go grab something if you need it. So a lot of people might have the knee out here. So see if you can keep the thighs kind of parallel. And again, if you don't sit in Virasana a lot, this can be a lot. It requires deep fold of the knee, a lot of openness in the top of the foot and the hips. So yeah, if it's not in your practice, now you know that it's something you can work on. And again, if you're really not able to sit back, you could just pop up a blanket underneath your right hip. And you're welcome to walk your hands back. So we'll take this supine, so lying on your back. You could be on the elbows. You could lay flat on your back if you like. You could put a bolster under your back or a block. Push the chest up. If you're on your elbows, we won't be here very long. See what's possible. And then we're going to take a big step forward. So you'll come up, big step forward. And we're going to do the other side. So just step to your down dog. Take a moment, straighten the left leg and really unfold that knee that just got a nice little stretch. Other side, take your left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, step in between your hands. Take your blocks on the highest height. Walk them back. Blocks in line with your hips. Wrap the elbows back. Wrap the shoulder blades together. Puff up your chest. You're going to take your right arm and reach up and over to the left. Moving the hips forward. Hands back on blocks. Again, you might stay here, just articulating a back bend, sternum up, or you might walk the blocks a little further back. And then get that right block close to your ankle. From here, you could take the left arm up. You can hold the back of your head to support a back bend. You could stay right here with your right hand on the block, or you could reach and grab your right ankle. Chest up, vision up, hips forward. And then you could play with straightening the left leg if you want to play with that balance. Beautiful. Take your hands back to your blocks. And we're going to straighten the left leg and we'll sit inside the right foot. So as best you can, have your knees facing forward so they're in line with your hips. So not open, containing, and then just notice, what's your right foot doing? You want to have maybe your right heel relatively close to your right sit bone, to your right hip. And again, if it's a lot here, you can put a blanket underneath your left hip. You can also just put a block underneath your left hip. And then maybe you walk your hands back, maybe you lower onto your elbows, maybe you lay flat on your back or put something under your back if you're interested. If you're just on your elbows like me, just roll your shoulder blades together, puff up your chest so you're doing a little back bend here, supported by your elbows. Chest up, neck long. Active back bend. And then come back onto your hands. Take a big step forward with your left foot, blocks on either side of your mat. Then step to down dog. Paddle at your feet. Bend both knees, lift your sit bones high. Lower your knees. Okay, we're gonna flow into camel using the blocks. So blocks by your feet, by your hips. And we're gonna do just a variation of what we did before. We're just gonna take it a little further. So Left hand on the block. Inhale, lift your hips, take the right arm up. This time, swim the right arm down, find the block on the right. Push down the hands and lift your chest. Shoulders out of your ears, squeeze your glutes, puff up your chest, and then you can just sit back the way you came. We'll do it on the other side. Right hand on your block, lift your hips, right arm, left arm up, swim it around, find your block. You can look forward. You might look at the ceiling. Use your hands to push down and lift your chest. And again, you can stay here if you want to reach for your feet. If they feel close by, you can do that. You can always take your hands back to blocks or to your lower back or your sacrum. And then you can rest, hips to heels. We're going to do one more variation of this, coming into it from kneeling so you can feel the difference. So what we've been doing is kind of folding and unfolding the hips a bit. So we will start from an open hip position. So knees underneath the hips. You could have the toes curled or pointed. It's really up to you. Obviously, your heels are a little higher if your toes are curled, so your feet are closer, and blocks by your feet. For this variation, fingers face down, your hands are on your sacrum. Roll your elbows back, roll your shoulder blades together, let that lift your heart. Try not to move your hips back, but keep your hips over your knees. And then if you feel stable, you can take your left hand to the block, your right hand to the block. Push down to lift your chest up. If you feel stable there, you could grab your heel of your foot. If you want to relax your head back for a breath, you can do that. Left hand to your sacrum, right hand to your sacrum. Come up and then take a seat. You can sit on your block or sit on your feet, and we'll just let the spine resettle into a more neutral place. So just finding some stillness and tuning into how you feel. Sometimes back bends feel really nice. Sometimes it can feel, stimulating. And you might notice maybe you overdid it or maybe not, but just noticing how the spine feels, how the hips feel. Really sending your breath down to the lowest part of your belly, letting the belly widen, softening your pelvic floor, softening the ribs, the core, letting the diaphragm really expand and contract naturally. Okay, so we're gonna close practice on our back. So you can cross your ankles and lay on your back. We'll start with just taking one block underneath the sacrum. And this is just a nice way to let the sacrum be grounded and stabilized onto a really flat, stable surface. And really depends on how you feel. That might be nice. If you want to get more of a lift and opening in the front of the hips, you could even put a second block. Depending on your height, how you're feeling, that might be nice. And then, if it feels like it's too much, just lower to one. So you always have options. If you feel like staying in this shape for a really long time, you could even put a belt around your thighs. I like to do that as a restorative shape. Go ahead and let your arms go out a little bit into like a V and let your palms face up. And very slightly, take your shoulder blades down your back so you feel that your shoulders are rolling open slightly. And once you find a comfortable position, you can be still and just tune into your breath. So there's nothing more to do here, just finding stillness. Tuning into your breath. Letting every exhale soften you a little bit. And you can lift your hips, take your blocks to the side whenever you're ready. And we'll finish with just letting the knees touch. So feet wide, knees touching. You can put your hands on your belly and just finding stillness for a few more moments. Just allowing your breath to expand and contract. Releasing effort. And when you're ready, you can reach your arms up. You can roll over to one side. Find a comfortable seat to close practice. Sit up tall. You can close your eyes. And once you feel grounded, you can take your hands together just as a gesture to honor yourself, honor your practice, offering up gratitude for yourself, your life, a new day, your body, all that it does for you, and just saying thank you. And you can bow with me to close. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Nice to have you. More to come. So if you have anything you're working on you want support with, shoot me a message. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.